Hi beauties, Stella here. So today I just want to share with you my best makeup routine, my fastest makeup routine, especially if I have to be in a meeting or have some occasion to go. This is my go-to makeup routine. Keep watching. So when I start my makeup, my first thing to do is to use the hydrating makeup base to hydrate my skin. No matter the kind of skin type you have, please hydrate your skin. And most flawless makeup you've ever seen is a skin that is well prepped. So to get your makeup looking flawless like those ones you see by yourself, please make sure your skin is well prepped. And this our hydrating base is so beautiful because it's made with a lot of moisturizers and occlusives, so it just traps in moisture and keeps your face very supple. My next step is to use the Nuban Beauty Mattifying makeup base. So this helps control my oily T-zone. I have a combination skin and also gives me a very smooth layer to get my makeup looking flawless. So I like putting the mattifying base on my brows. My brows usually get oily, so if you have oily brows, please remember to mattify your brows too. Right? I think I'm ready to go. My next step will be to use my skin foundation and the Nuban Beauty Blender. See, I always get this complaint that they don't know how to use the blender. The best way to use a pro blending sponge or a beauty blender or whatever you call it is to soak it in water. Put it, make sure water soaks very well in it. Squeeze it out, then use a paper towel and squeeze the remaining water out. The aim is to use your sponge damp, not wet. You're not to be using it wet. If it's wet, you'll be moving products around, so you're to use it damp. So this way, see, it's very soft and ready to use. The reason you use beauty blenders damp is the pores are filled up with water, so it doesn't take excess product. So whatever you put on it is delivered back to your skin when you're blending. So this is my foundation shade W5. That's my shade. Put it on the mixing palette and taking it from here to apply it all over my face. The one thing about the Nuban Beauty in my skin foundation is it feels very weightless. You can see this side of my face, I'm wearing foundation, the other side I'm not. So let's get everywhere looking the same. Okay, so next I'll be using my In My Skin concealer, the popular In My Skin concealer in 042.5. That's my shade. That's what pops my skin. So I'm just using it to highlight the high points of my face. So when we say high points of your face, it's usually like when someone looks at you, the first part of your face that hits them is the part we highlight. So your forehead, bridge of your nose. This my line is not straight, but it's fine. And this, right? Still using the same beauty blender. In fact, the exact same part I used to apply my foundation, I'm going to start blending out. I honestly do not blend in any particular order, but I like leaving my under eyes for last. See how this is blending into my skin. That's the reason you prep your skin. You can't just wake up and start putting makeup. You need to prep your skin. And you see the Nuban Beauty Mattifying and Hydrating Base are the best prep you would have for your skin. Just see the way this thing is sinking into my skin. So I'm going to blend my under eye. I really don't know why we have to do a malady. But I think so we can get to the other colors of the eye. Can you see? The next thing I'm going to be contouring with my In My Skin concealer, of course, 047. So that's my contour shade. So placing it here, no particular order. get the drill. Using the NF13 foundation brush, we blend out. Can you see? But you have to be intentional with the products you use and try not to put products where you don't need them. So for this one, I'm going to just try to use the edge of this brush here to blend out the nose part. Okay. The edge alone. So to set all the places I put the highlighting concealer, I'm going to use the Nuban Beauty Mineral Finishing Powder in 02. Still using the same beauty blender I used. So to be clear, the 02 powder is not my shade. Nah, it's too light for me. So like I said, I only use it on the places I placed the highlighting concealer. That's the 04 2.5 concealer. I want those corners of my face to be popping. If it's on days I know I'm going to go a long day wearing makeup, so I need to shock the makeup, especially for oil production, I'm going to be using my oil control setting powder. That one will just lock my makeup for at least 6 hours before you see any sip of oil coming out. This is the Nuban Beauty oil control setting powder. Why is it oil control? This powder is made with rice powder. If you know about rice, rice is a good product for controlling sebum production, that is oil production, and Nuban Beauty has it in 5 shades. But today I will be using the shade Mustard. It has 5 shades. The first one is Alabaster, which is translucent. This is the next shade, followed by Caramel, Sahara, and Sienna. Still using the same beauty blender, at the same side of the beauty blender, I'm going to just shock around my eye, and especially my nose, because that is where I get oily the most. Oh, shock here. I remember I said I have an oily brow here. Remember, T-zone, everywhere around my T-zone. Right now I'm going to be using the mineral powder in 05 Cairo. That is my face powder. Like I said the other time, I just used it to set the highlighted parts of my face, but now this is actually my actual powder color. So usually when I'm heading for meetings and stuff, I usually don't do shadows. But next tutorial, I'm going to show you how I like to do my gem or shadows. So next step, I'm going to be doing my brows. I'm going to be using the Nuban Beauty Better Brow Mascara, and Nuban Beauty Better Brow Pencil, the concealer, and the NX51 eyebrow brush. So this is the Nuban Beauty Brow Pencil in 01. I like using this because it makes the process very fast for me. So I brush up my brows. See how fast and precise this is. Like, one brow done. Remember to brush up the hair. And ta-da! So the next step is I'll be using the Nuban Beauty Better Brow Mascara, because we still want all the hair to stand at attention the way they're looking at. So without this, during the course of the day, the brow hairs will come down and all that. So this is to ensure we are standing the way we're supposed to stand. So usually I like using the spoolie brush in my Better Brow Pencil to take off products from here. So this is just me trying to control the amount of products that gets to my brow. I'm doing this. I'll be using the 04 2.5 concealer and the mixing palette with the NX51 brush. So I'll just put a little here. This is the NS51 brush, so I'm just going to pick a little of this, and we're just going to use it to clean up the brows. See, the brows are already browsing, they are browing, they are, you know, but because we want you to know that we have brows. If we don't show you our brows, how will you know, right? I like using the beauty blender to like blend out the concealer. Still the same part I use for my foundation, same part I use for the powder, same part. Just to blend out the concealer. And yep. Like I said, when I have meetings, I usually don't do shadows. So I just do my brows, and next step will be my lips. Then I'll do the blush, and then we go. My favorite lips, only lips I wear every single time. It's a nude lippy. Is ta-da! I love my Safari and Adele lipsticks. Like, it's my go-to lipstick because it's nude, and you know, with nude you can never ever go wrong. So I'm going to start with my Safari. That's the brown shade. We have about 4 shades of brown, so I'm listing them according to their intensity. Mock is the lighter brown, Safari is the second, Cocoa is the third, and Peach is the darkest. So this is just Safari. See, I can even wear it alone like that. But because we love our nude lippies, I will add Adele. So Adele is like, let's add Adele and ta-da! These are my favorite lip combo, Safari and Adele. Nude lips extraordinary. I'll be using the newly launched In My Skin blushes to snatch the remaining side of my face. Okay, so I'll be using the Nuban Beauty In My Skin blushes in Topaz to like flush the skin. I'll still be using the same mixing palette because you know, when we are hurrying for a meeting, we honestly do not want to put products on our skin because the next thing you see it on your body. Still using the beauty blender, but now I'm going to be using the clean part of the beauty blender to pick products. Smile, then if you're wondering what the noise about blush is, like what's all this blush thing, can you see? Like, can you see? This is what the noise is about. So the fun part of this newly launched In My Skin blushes is that you can use it underneath a powdered face or on top of a powdered face. It's so user friendly, it's so blendable, it can go on any surface. So I intentionally overdid it now, so you can see that even if you do, you can actually use your powder to tone it down. So I'm still using my shade of powder to just like, can you see? So you're not scared of, it's going to move my makeup, it's going to do that now. And so I'll be using the Stella eyeliner to just line my eyes. So we're basically done, like we are done. Just going to line my eyes because I already have semi-permanent lashes on. So to seal it, we use the Nuban Beauty Seal It Makeup Fixing Spray. This has been here for a long time and is the people's favorite. So ta-da! This woman is ready for whatever. And this is how I achieve my everyday business look. If you want to watch more of this, join our YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram and also on TikTok, where we show you how to use all Nuban Beauty products to achieve a flawless makeup beat. Can't wait to see you in the next tutorial where I show you how to glam your face up.